guys ready?
Want to say no before I hear it? Oh, okay.
Screw it. We're not changing the song. Never.
Oh, okay.
I was really confused.
I thought you were saying change the song.
I was like, that's our trademark.
I would never change the song.
You know, if we ever get famous and have to do like live podcasts, like in front of a studio audience, we could see if this band would come perform for us.
That's true. But I think it's like one person though.
Yeah, this definitely sounds like one person.
And they're
Well,
just,
then that's even easier.
all right, everyone. We ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, welcome back to Season 2, Episode 11 of the Shaken and Stirred podcast.
For real.
Welcome back, Age Cheddar. We
Thanks.
missed you.
It's good to be back.
Now he's
Cheddar.
no longer
Age
white.
shit. I'm never longer white. I got a good tan last week. Yeah,
I
working in
see.
He aged so much, he's
Yeah.
not white.
Aged
working
white.
working nights in Atlanta. Really stabbed that tan right in. We are back, and this week we're going to be talking about myths, misconceptions, and old wives' tales. We took a little work to get to this the other day, but that's what we're going with. But before we get into that, let's get with our wonderful cast of characters who are here. And as always, we have
Alley Cat.
T-Bone.
Megsy. D-Lo.
and Age White Cheddar is here with you, ladies and gentlemen. So, how's everybody's week?
Great. I don't think I've ever had a better week in the 17 years I've had on this planet.
Let's say exhausted.
I'm already
Honestly-
sensing some sort of sarcasm.
I mean, dude,
What?
dude
No.
Sarcasm detected.
I mean, it started strong and it just
Sarcasm.
kept going up from there.
15 out of 10.
do we need to just get into the elephant in the room?
15
I mean,
out
I
of
think she's
100.
got several elephants.
Oh, you got
Yeah.
a whole pack? What's up?
Well, like, I mean, between her birthday and then everything going on in the family.
No
and then
homecoming.
Homecoming.
Honestly,
Okay.
I think that the saying God gives his worst battles to his strongest soldiers. I've never picked up a sword.
But this week you have.
No, I kicked it to the floor and I tried to run.
You're like, no, no thanks.
It just kept following me.
we do have a special guest who will be with us for a little while.
Forever, Jason.
This
I
is
mean,
this is
Aged White Cheddar.
Herman the duck.
Sturman.
Herman.
Herman Sturman.
Sturman
Herman.
Sturman Herman. Is that what we came up with that day?
I guess. We're
Sturman Herman.
there's reason behind it, and there's a lot going on. So. Oh my
Sturman
goodness.
Herman.
Anything you want to get into, Alley Cat?
You know, I'm a really big fan of avoiding problems.
Oh, yeah, that's
So
a good one.
I think I'm going to let this one go until it blows up.
Oh, well, let's hope that doesn't happen.
How do
Yeah,
you
yeah,
feel
yeah,
about
that-
missing homecoming? Let's talk about that.
Apparently people are threatening the principal.
What?
Why?
Wait a minute, it's postponed.
It's just
Right?
postponed.
Because
And it's not his fault.
No.
this guy
Well,
I
come
know.
on. But hang on though. I'm sorry to cut you off
It's
here on
okay.
this one. It's not like we were having 50 tornadoes dancing
But
around
I'm
here.
saying it's not the principal's
Well,
fault.
I get that.
Yeah, it wasn't all. But this guy I know posted on his story, and he was like, Oh my God, wow! Imagine threatening the principal for postponing a dance for actual valid reasons. That's crazy. 'Cause listen, it was kind of stupid, but also teenagers suck at driving, so it makes sense like a little bit.
Yeah.
And I would never threaten the principal for it.
I
No.
do think,
That's
well,
just
first of
dumb.
all,
Nuts.
That's dumb.
this county has lost a lot of kids for not canceling things with inclement weather. There's
Yeah.
been several, in my 20-something years, we've lost
Yeah.
several students. So,
For a second, that didn't click.
Yes.
You're like, this county's lost a lot of kids. I was like,
no, like, we've had inclement
Really?
weather issues, and kids
It's
have.
from inclement
We've had
weather.
we've had flooding issues where kids have hydroplaned and had accidents. We had kids driving in the snow.
oh no, I get
And
all
I-
that.
and
I get
Yeah,
all
died.
I
that.
know. It makes sense. It's disappointing, but
It is, and
I'm
it's
curious what happened to that young man. What kind of punishment did he receive?
I don't know. I don't know who it was. I actually need to ask Manny about it when
I
I,
mean,
go to theater
we
class.
gotta like get mad at somebody. Get mad at the people, the
Are-
county people
well,
in
and
charge.
I mean,
didn't they
are-
just
are-
cancel it though? Like on
No, it's
It's
postponed.
I mean, not cancel, like postpone it. Like,
But
Yeah.
wasn't it postponed?
Are-
like
are we
late Friday
that-
night?
Are we that dumb in this day and age to not think that every piece of the authority figures out there on this planet are going to immediately know if you threaten someone like
Especially
that?
because he has a daughter that goes to the school.
Yikes.
It happens. I mean, every time there's a snow
Yikes.
day, it's hilarious to be on social media because you've got the whole train of people that are like, if you don't cancel on a snow day, all the parents are like, how could you send my kid out there to get killed on the roads? And if you do cancel, it's, why did you cancel school? There's nothing on the roads, and we cancel for the stupidest reasons. It's like, no one's ever happy.
No one can ever
There's
be
no-
happy.
Personally, as a driver, cancel, please.
And there you go.
It's
We-
just, it's
we-
ridiculous.
We know you rather just stay home.
Let me tell you something. If I found out you threatened a principal, though, for something ridiculous as that, I'd be like,
That's bad.
I'm going to threaten you.
That's bad.
Yeah, that's terrible.
That's a crazy thing to say on air.
I mean, we know that's the thing, though. We know that you would
But you would
never
never
in
do
your
that.
life
I feel
ever
like
do
that's
that.
allowed. You
But-
can,
but
your
if I-
parents,
It's
your
fair
parents can
game.
put some
Maybe-
pressure
If I
on you.
did, I'm dead.
I said I would threaten you. I didn't say I would kill you.
Hack you off.
Well, now
What's
she
the
did.
threat? You can't read anymore.
That's a good
Because we're
one.
gouging your eyes out.
Hey,
There
hey.
you go. And step it.
Let's
step down.
remember the child who
Eye
had the
patch.
consequence of not being allowed to wear high heels to school for 2
Oh, yeah.
weeks. And she cried
That was my
for
favorite.
days about it.
God, could you imagine if you were never allowed to read again?
That's
I don't
punishment.
think any.
Did you see her eyebrows said, "Bleh."
Honestly, that'd be more punishment for all of you because imagine me with no books. I would be
Nothing
on
to
my
do.
phone all the time. I'd have to find other annoying hobbies. I'd never shut up. It
Thank
All
God
right.
for books.
Thank the Lord.
So, way to get out of that
Yeah,
one.
way to twist that one around
I'd
in
like
your
to
favor.
see you
You
two.
psychopath.
You like to see me what?
I'd like to see what happens to you guys if my
Yes.
books got taken away.
Okay.
Be a
Anybody
sad,
else
sad
got
day.
news for the week?
Hey, you're staring me right in the eye.
No, I'm like,
I don't have anything provocative.
we had a good Friday night.
Yeah.
We did.
The giggles were everything.
The giggles were a lot.
The belly laughs were just
Oh, that was
Something.
so
much,
necessary.
So much
That
Something to
that
it.
was a I'll say that was a fun mistake.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
was. It was.
That was
it
fun.
really was.
It
Um,
all the vibes were vibing.
Yeah.
It was, we came together for your birthday and ended up celebrating I don't know what else.
Which is
Just having a good time.
silly,
I think it was
goofy.
it
It was a release.
yeah,
Yep.
it was a good vent.
It was.
Yeah.
Also, what happens if you drink on an empty stomach?
Who would do such a thing?
I
I
would
just
do
remember
such a-
waking up and you were
several
gone,
times.
and it's like, again?
Again.
She texted though. She texted.
I did. I said
Well, I
I
didn't-
sent
I
a
didn't-
home message.
I didn't know where my phone was.
Oh, okay, that happened.
But I know I was worried because I had fallen asleep, and I guess when you left and when I woke up, before I looked at my messages, I was like, "Dee's not here. She drove home." Oh, I saw her during that podcast. she
No,
was not
no.
looking like she was driving
That
material.
was just good vibes. I
Yeah,
promise
it
you.
was.
It
It
was
was
good
just good
vibes.
vibes. That's
I
why
had
you
one
couldn't
of
tell.
these,
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
and I was silly.
I had the equivalent to probably like 4 cases of those.
See, and I thought I took it easy, but it was just
It
just
was,
the flow
yeah.
was nice.
was feeling it. Yeah.
It was.
It was a nice release after
Jubilation.
the best week in the world.
Jubilation.
All right, let's talk about it.
Well, that's up to you, honey. It's
Yeah,
not
it's
my,
gonna be-
it's
It's
not my
completely
story to
up to
tell.
It's your news.
Hey.
Don't feel pressured at all.
No, I just feel like it's like there. And is
It's nowhere.
It
It's
doesn't
just
have to be.
It doesn't have to
Yep.
be.
Okay.
It's up
It's
to you.
up to you.
No, I'm good. Let's talk about misconceptions and wives' tales.
Which is the topic of the podcast today.
Mm.
I have the first one.
Which I've struggled with, but I think I found it. I researched and found it.
That's what started all the giggles Friday night.
Yeah, that's true.
Like just
Oh man, I had
T-Bone just could not understand
No.
the,
She didn't
the
understand.
concept
I'm
No.
hoping you understand now.
of an
I-
old wives' tale.
I do.
Okay.
All right, here's one. Is this true or myth?
Mhm.
Did George Washington have wooden teeth?
He did.
He did.
Myth.
It's
didn't.
true.
100% myth.
It's ivory
in the
and
history
wood.
books.
Ivory and wood.
History books
Ivory
are just
and
written.
wood. They were ivory and wood.
They're talking to a history teacher. She's a history specialist for the school.
It's ivory and wood.
They-
They
it-
used
it-
ivory.
It said, turns out the nation's first president wasn't rocking a pair of wooden chompers. The historians at the Washington Library say that while George Washington did suffer from dental problems, his dentures were composed of ivory, gold, lead, and even other human teeth, but
Oh.
never any
No.
wood.
But the part that locked them in was wood.
Really?
Yeah. If
You-
you look at the Smithsonian.
You need to talk to the Washington Library because they're putting out falsehoods.
Well,
Well, I'm
it's
wondering if
the
they're saying the
teeth
teeth
just
are
not
made up
wood.
of ivory, but the piece of it was made of like the attachment
I
was
Well, we're
made
just
of wood.
splicing
Technically,
teeth here.
Let's see it. We already got into
Mm.
controversy on the first one.
So it's like a little yes and a little no.
a little yes, a little no.
That is exactly how history works.
Right, but it wasn't like his whole teeth were like a tree branch.
No, it's not true.
Carved out.
He's like, hello,
Which would be awesome.
my teeth are rotting
Could you imagine,
because
like, you get splinters in your tongue all the time, wouldn't you?
No,
Oh.
you'd. I don't know if they had to finish wood back then.
Oh, they had stuff because I mean, look at
I mean,
architecture.
Imagine
Yeah.
giving head with those.
Why did you go there?
that is disgusting.
You
You
are
take them
out.
out. You take them
You're
out.
out.
You need to silence our mic. With
I feel like they were not dentures.
I didn't realize
He's
she was
not
going to come
taking
so
it
out
out.
of pocket like that. That's the
I
first
think-
time that's
I
happened.
heard
No, it's
splinters
not.
on your tongue, and I
No,
was
it's
like,
not.
what about a splinter?
She's our resident shock jock, remember?
She's really developed it quickly.
I just think that it's crazy to imagine. You said take it out. Imagine it being like, hold on, babe, 1 second. I'm waiting though.
oh,
Okay,
Ugh. Now I'm thinking
there
of,
are a lot of people
now
that
I'm
do
thinking
that.
about Pinocchio and how he does it.
Uh,
Do you think Pinocchio
just-
gives blowjobs?
Why not?
Um,
He's hanging
Nick-
out with all those boys.
he- it-
that's
Yeah.
a good point. Yeah.
it's true.
Wow, I was going to
Well-
say he would just tell a lie, then tell the truth, and just be like this,
Oh.
like a trombone slide.
Lie truth, lie truth, lie truth.
I did,
Although-
I didn't.
The Pinocchio on Once Upon a Time was really good looking though, and
Yeah. The Pinocchio movie that Tom Hanks just made. Epic fail.
This is- I mean, come on, Tom Hanks. I love the guy. I
love
really
him.
do.
Don't
he was
talk.
Geppetto.
I know.
I can see
Are
that.
you about to say something bad about Tom Hanks?
I'm kind
Why
of
you
Are
hating
you
on him?
about to say?
I'm kind of over
Are you
Tom
hating on
Hanks.
him?
I'm kind of over Tom Hanks.
It's not like he's trying to do sexy roles anymore. He's
No.
owning
No.
his age.
Yes.
No,
he's
it's kinda-
different.
what?
Geppetto's
does-
old.
How
Give
does
me
him not
somebody
doing
else.
sexy roles playing to Jason not vibing with
I
it
thought maybe
anymore?
he was tired of him because he's like, still trying to like be something he's not. Like,
He's a national
No, that's
treasure.
you, Mom.
He is a national treasure. There are certain people that are.
no, like I think he's excellent at what he does, and he's learned how to morph it now and evolve in his characters.
I'm
Watch
gonna
Mr.
side
Rogers.
with Jason on this one.
I
Thank
loved
you.
Mr.
I
Rogers.
don't get
Oh,
the
me too.
full
Yeah.
hype.
I don't either.
Like his rom-coms were just
Oh,
boring.
his rom-coms aren't even my favorites. Like he's done some exceptional.
No, the one
movies.
movie he was in where he was like, oh, I'm sorry, he's a grumpy foreigner again.
What about Forrest Gump, though?
That's
That's
different.
a
Forrest Gump is a
classic.
different.
Forrest Gump, Philadelphia.
Yeah.
He was phenomenal
Yeah,
in
he was.
Philadelphia.
When did those
What
two
about
movies come
Pittsburgh?
out?
That was a while back.
I loved him in Sully.
Yeah, he was great.
So
I-
in
it's
Sully.
different.
I loved him in the one we watched where he was the grumpy man.
That's
The Otto.
Otto.
Yeah,
loved
that
him
was
in
good.
that. I liked him in Mr. Rogers.
What's the one where with Wilson?
Maybe I haven't seen
Oh,
enough. Tom Hanks
Castaway.
Oh,
movies.
Castaway,
I've watched
phenomenal.
half of these.
I know.
With the Captain Phillips?
maybe I'm just tired of seeing him.
Oh, okay.
Because he's just really good at what he does.
Okay,
I
sorry.
mean, Will
Yeah.
Will
Didn't know.
Everywhere.
Will Smith did the right thing and disappeared after he went batshit crazy, which has been great.
Is he
Tom-
batshit crazy?
But Tom Hanks isn't batshit crazy.
Is Tom Hanks batshit
Slapping
crazy?
I
Chris
think-
Rock on stage is a little
Oh,
crazy.
That's- no, no,
Tom
no.
Hanks
Tom
isn't ba- What has
Hanks-
he done that's batshit
Yeah,
crazy?
what's
Yeah,
he
I
done?
am
No, not him.
curious.
No, I'm just saying.
Oh.
I said Will Smith did the right thing.
Right.
Sometimes just go enjoy your money.
I
Oh,
just
yeah,
think
he's got a lot.
he's
He's got-
he's
he's still
got a
got it
craft,
together.
and
I
people.
think he's
And let's face it, box offices love him because he brings in people.
money.
Just by being Tom Hanks.
Yeah, I love him. He's
Yeah,
great.
I do.
I like his son though.
Maybe
He
I'm
is
just-
adorable.
He's
I like
cute.
Colin.
Maybe I'm just
Yeah.
jealous because he's got such a talent and he's.
He is. I
Yeah,
think he's like
well,
a
I was
fine
never
wine.
gonna be, a neck to
Yeah.
neck, neck and neck with
Fine
Tom Hanks, so
wines.
I could be jealous.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got
I don't
one
think I
ready.
ever put
Oh,
myself on
yeah.
that
Yeah.
scale
Yeah.
either.
How about cracking your knuckles gives you arthritis?
Oh, I saw that one.
That is not truth.
No, it's not. But it does inflame them or something.
It makes him
Don't
swell.
care.
It can, but do
Yeah.
you know what's
it's
actually
air, isn't
popping?
it?
It's nitrogen.
Yeah.
It's like nitrogen buildup. Now I have to pop my knuckles.
Oh, that's fun.
That's always really fun.
Oh, no.
Knuckles,
You
back,
pop
shoulders.
everything.
Yeah, neck.
The only thing I pop is
My
this
neck,
middle
my
knuckle. That's the
back.
only one that I pop.
I do. I have
But
one.
you had your shock jock moment for the day. Don't do it again.
I was gonna cut myself
Don't
off.
do it again.
We got
I
you.
tried to get you to
I
say
have a lot
Do you
ass
pop
earlier and you
anything?
wouldn't say it.
Yeah, I do my
Noticed
knuckles.
in all my shock moments.
I just
Never
have
once
one.
has there been a curse word.
That's true.
And my ankle pops because of an injury, though.
The old
But you
tricky
pop
ankle.
like your neck. You pop your neck that like the.
You like this?
Sounds like it's breaking.
Oh, could you hear it?
Oh, it ruined the whole.
You just messed with your
Bleh.
microphone.
Aha!
Fixed it.
Yikes.
I have one.
Okay,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Okay.
Okay, so
She wrote hers down.
This is very relevant to you, JPO. Okay, so I read that too much TV/dim reading light is bad for your eyes. Is that true or false?
True.
It is false.
It is false.
Dim lights are bad for your eyes is false.
Yeah, so dim lights don't affect your eyes.
Have
And like
you-
reading in dim light, it doesn't affect your eyes. It's not
Are you
bad.
serious?
Yeah.
Really?
What about getting too close to the TV?
We
I
should have
didn't
this.
see that. I said too much TV isn't bad for your eyes.
They
No, I wouldn't have thought that.
But
Well,
like
what about if you don't blink enough? And I know that's bad.
that's a different. I feel like you guys are adding contingencies.
I'm just going off the TV one.
I have no idea. I feel like that's probably not good. But
I feel like if you're
'Cause that'd be dry eye.
like dim light, it makes it strains your eyes, so it might make them tired, but it's not bad for your eyesight.
But it doesn't affect your eyesight. It just makes your eyes tired.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they
so
are
there's-
muscles, so that makes sense because they have to work harder.
There's something to that.
talking about eyeballs, eating carrots will help your eyes.
False.
What about the beta carotene and stuff?
It does help them.
But
there's-
you'd have to eat
but
like
you'd ha-
buckets.
You
you
and
have
buckets.
to eat so many.
You actually can turn orange.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you have to eat so many for it to be good. For
Your skin will turn
I'm
orange.
gonna have
what
to
is
pass.
what is the other vegetable that will turn you blue, or like purple?
Is it beets? I'm guessing.
I don't know.
Beets are
Eggplant?
crazy.
Never heard of that one.
I don't know.
I have to go look that is.
But
one.
I
Yeah.
know, like, there was back in college, there was like some kind of fad. One of the fad diets was like the carrot diet, and I had several friends do it, and they ate carrots for every meal, every day, for months, and sure as shit, like
Started
it
turning
starts to
orange.
turn their skin.
It's kind of like a flamingo when they eat shrimp.
Well, that's what
Well,
they're
yeah,
they're
they like-
pink
That's why they're
because of
pink.
that, right?
Yeah.
Well, like, it's like some kind of krill that they eat that makes them turn that way.
But is that
Yeah, yeah,
okay?
yeah.
So are those misconceptions? Those types of things are misconceptions?
tho-
They're
that's-
wives' tales.
No, that's a fact. About the flamingos?
No. Like the stuff we've been talking about.
Misconceptions, myths. I think these are missing
We
wives'
haven't
tales.
done a-
Because wives'
Yeah.
tales, like I know one of the wives' tales, like I realized and remembered was like when you want to know the birth of the baby, the ring on the string,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they're hanging, and does
Oh.
it either swing or turn? And I mean, and there are people that actually believe that shit is
That's
accurate.
witchcraft.
Well,
I've
would
seen stuff
you-
like that where it's like
That is what
your cravings, how you sleep, stuff like that. It's
Heartburn,
No,
Yeah.
or if you're
Heartburn.
carrying the baby high or low determines its sex.
girl or
Yeah.
boy,
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
There's
what
a
are-
ton for
That's
babies.
definitely
Cows
a
sleep.
old wives'
I
tale.
don't know.
Yes.
I don't know if this is an old wives' tale, but I heard from my southern friend. What was her name? Beets. Yeah, that
Oh,
if
yeah.
it's raining while it's sunny, the devil's beating his wife.
Oh, that is like so old school wives' tale.
Yeah.
I don't know where that came from. She
That-
said it one day, and I was
That
like,
is
that's
a deep southern.
There's
old,
several.
you
That's
know,
like
Well,
several.
there's like
that's
you,
more of a,
thunder is like
It's
God's bowling.
Yeah, bowling.
That's the things you
Bowling?
told your kids to like they wouldn't be afraid
And
of.
th-
Like,
that's why kids are just, they grow up and they're just like all sketch because we lie to them. Tell them
It's
all the
true.
bullshit.
It's true.
yeah.
So my list is kind of different because
Go for it.
our, my heritage is,
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
know,
what's
we-
cool.
we have different ones. It's a mix, we're kind of like West Indian, South American, a little Haitians in there, but they're coming from all over. So the first one is never put your purse on the floor.
Yeah, you have said that to me before.
And
Yeah,
I've,
we need
I've seen you put my purse on the floor, and I'm like, oh no, bitch. And I'll go and I pick it up and I put it on the table or I put it on the couch. I'm like, you ain't getting me like that. And I
I'm trying to make you broke.
don't know, never seen it follow through one way or another, but I am devout to that
To it.
one. So it says a Chinese proverb you might already heard: a purse on the floor is money out the door. So I'm like, yeah, you ain't catching my ass.
It's not worth the risk.
It's not worth it. Even though I get paid every 2 weeks, like clockwork. I
do not
just
wanna-
no.
Wow. There's a lot of passion and changes in
She
octaves.
is really hardcore about that though.
I'm like, I used to have a purse hook
Yep.
because I was serious about it.
Yep.
Wow.
The Italian ones are weird. So, like, my grandmother used to say, don't take a bath when you're sick.
Really?
I've never
Yeah.
Really?
I've never heard that one.
Yeah.
Was there
Yeah.
any explanation?
Yeah, was there
for
a-
that?
No, she just said that if you take a bath when you're sick, it will create more sickness. That's what she
See,
would
that's
say.
an explanation.
So stay dirty.
Maybe
Yeah.
because you're
Feed the germs.
maybe
and
it's
the
because
bacteria.
you're like bathing because baths you're sitting in your own vibe.
Filth.
Yeah.
Another one
What-
is like Oh, sorry.
No, I was just thinking, if you don't take a bath or a shower while you're sick, your pores are going to close up even more, so you're going to sweat more, so you could possibly break the fever faster.
Yeah, that's
What
true
if it's
too.
not a fever though? I mean, I don't have to worry about this because I barely bathe. So
Oh, that's disgusting.
That's true, though.
Don't say that's recorded for life. You're not kidding. Stop.
They, you know how we don't do the number 13? Well,
Yeah.
Italians don't do the number 17.
Oh, I didn't
Why?
know that.
Yeah, they don't. So, like, if you notice, if you go to a hotel in Italy, they do not have a 17th floor or the number room 17. None of it.
really,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
did not know
All right.
that.
Interesting.
Tell me if you've ever heard this one. This is maybe doesn't apply. I don't know if, but do you remember? I actually remember this one. Saying a penny dropped from the top of the Empire State
Would,
Building.
like kill
would
someone.
kill someone?
Mm-hmm.
You ever
No.
heard that one?
I've
I
never
have.
heard that. I've
I
never.
believe it.
Do you think this is truth?
I mean, I could see where it would.
I'm gonna say yes.
It's absolutely false.
Lies.
A penny does not have the weight to gain the necessary momentum to kill
That
someone.
makes sense.
I'm telling you, that's gotta hurt though.
They said
Yeah.
it is actually said it would be almost like just getting a flick on the forehead. It cannot gain the speed. It does not have the mass to be able to do it.
That makes sense.
Okay, but if I drop from the Empire State Building,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not gonna work.
Yeah.
It's not gonna end
I've
well.
never heard that one.
You've never heard that?
No,
really?
Really?
That one's common.
I've never heard that.
Okay, what about if you go outside with like wet hair while it's raining,
That's
you're gonna get a
false.
cold?
I know that.
So then why'd you lie to me, huh? Because I was told when I was outside in my little emo phase, walking in the rain, you were like, "You're gonna get sick. Put on layers."
No, I've known that since high school. That is false.
Wait
So
a minute.
why did
Is
you
it the
say-
wet hair part or being out in the rain part?
Both
No, it's the
the-
wet hair part.
Both are said to have made you sick, but like being out in the rain,
Being out in the rain doesn't.
it doesn't get you sick because you get sick through viruses. And
But the big saying
is
is
the
that
rain
being
kicking
in wet.
up the virus?
No, the saying truly started from going outside with wet hair in the cold.
Yeah,
Because
that'll
people
add
would
to
say
it.
it would give you pneumonia, but pneumonia is bacterial. It's not. It's not going to
not
start
viral.
from
yeah,
a cold from wet hair.
It might have been like a coincidence.
Right, and they've
their
said
head
that
takes us
like
to-
going out with wetness will maybe make your immune systems lower if you already are susceptible, which then could make you susceptible to germs, but it's not gonna
yeah.
Well,
make you sick.
more lies they told.
What
it's
about
just it's cold. Why would you want to be more cold?
Yeah, it's true.
what about the color white in Labor Day?
That was a fashion
That's
trend.
just a
That's a
fashion
real
thing.
fashion trend.
Well, I mean, I understand that, but it's like you can't wear white after Labor Day.
And-
Or you will
will be
die.
chastised.
After Labor Day and before Memorial
Memorial
Day. You
Day.
can only wear it from because back in like I actually read the history on this because a lot of
You were
fashion people are
extremely
trying.
bored.
No, because I had a lot of white jeans and I was like, dang, we can really not wear white because I've stuck to that. You're not supposed to wear white shoes either,
No, they're not.
except for sneakers. Not supposed to wear any kind of white sandal or dress shoe or boot or anything like
I'm
that.
gonna need to find
But-
out
but why?
what's up with that.
It was back from the 20s. It was back like
It's a fashion.
I
thing.
don't know
gotta
why
be-
it started, but I can't remember the reasoning. There's an actual article that was written about it, like that was something that signified the summertime, the lighter colors for the summer months, and it was literally just a fashion thing that started that stuck, and people have stayed with it because it was like right around that Easter time. People would talk about it too, like
Yeah.
a lot of the
I'm-
only exception was during Easter. People could wear white shoes for Easter,
Yeah.
church clothes,
I'm gonna have to dig into that.
but it's
Yeah.
like
I
it was.
mean, it's so weird. I mean, just that one has always been. I mean, I don't care. I'm gonna wear what I want when I want.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like, why are we so afraid of white? You know,
I don't
this
think it's
certain
a, I don't think
time?
it's a
I
fear.
know.
Like if somebody sees you wearing white after Labor Day or before Memorial Day, then I'm gonna be like,
And
"Witch."
especially
Go run
now,
for it.
nowadays, I feel like you
Ooh.
can wear whatever you want. But there was a time, like in the 80s.
That. Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Finish.
Oh, I didn't.
What
the
she
80s.
what she said tied into what I wanted to say next.
Oh, go ahead.
in the 80s.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. What you were saying.
I said something like, and he's saying
It
he
triggered.
was
It
gonna
triggered a
go
thought.
off of that.
But you were done. Or
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
had
it's
more
fine. Yeah, no,
She's-
no.
No, were
it's
you
fine.
done with your thought?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying. Oh, yeah. Like nowadays, I don't think it matters. I think people have let it go a
Yeah.
lot.
Okay. Because I still hear it like
It's-
I
every.
see white all
Older
the
people
time.
say
Yeah.
it. Like a lot of our, like my
Yeah.
parents' generation, still live by that shit.
Yeah.
So
Gotcha.
this I just kind of skimmed it, and it has to do with keeping warm, and how darker colors just keep
Yeah,
you
because it was the
warmer.
kickoff of summer. And
Yeah.
it was light
Okay,
colors.
I
yeah.
can see
That
that.
makes sense.
You said witch.
I did.
That triggered one for me that I read. During the Salem witch trials, it's reported that all of the women found out to be witches were burned at the stake. Do you believe that to be true or myth?
I don't think that's
I
true.
don't know
'cause
that
I think
I ever thought about
Salem
it.
I think
Some of
I've-
them were
trials-
hung.
I've
Remember
read
the Salem
about
witch
them.
trials?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It was a real event.
Is there-
Yeah, it's a real event.
Not all of them
but
were
it, but
burned.
it's all it's been reported, or like through history, it's always been if they were found out to be a witch, they were burned.
Yeah,
Or burned
it's
alive.
not true.
I don't know that I've
Because
heard that
one, it
all of
wasn't
them
all
were.
women that were found to be witches, and two, some of them were hung. I
Yeah.
think.
So they said, and what I read when I started digging into it, that is 100% false.
yeah.
They were all hung or
Mm.
died in prison waiting for their trial.
Yeah.
Wait, no, one guy was actually crushed by stones because they were trying to like torture him into confessing, and they just kept piling stones onto his chest, and his
Yeah.
last
Oh.
words were more weight because he wasn't gonna confess.
He wasn't confessing.
that is some grim shit.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna
This
lighten
is
them.
some whack
gonna
ass
let-
people.
So if you get swept with a broom, you'll never get married.
Okay, so that's an Italian one too. My grandmother would say that all the time. So if you sweep a single woman's feet, you will not get married.
Yeah, she will not get married.
Well, the
Yeah.
the woman.
How
won't get
often are
married.
you sweeping someone's feet?
Well, I don't, because I used to sweep a lot.
Get
I
the broom
think.
out.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like, you
there are things that
accidentally
some
are you
people do it
sweeping
on
the room and you
purpose.
accidentally
Yep.
Yeah.
like
Yes.
playing around like
Yeah, like or on purpose, like they don't want you to be married.
Yeah.
And then the other one about the
Oh.
broom is bringing an old broom into a new house brings with it old things that have been swept away. Like you're bringing the
Back.
bad juju from the old house.
Yeah, you don't bring it back in.
Oh,
To the
so
new
you need
Yeah,
a
but
new
what if you
broom.
don't have bad juju in your old house? You just moved.
Still.
There's always bad juju.
Oh,
You
so you
need
gotta throw your
anything
broom
bad.
away.
Just
Yeah,
fucking
anything
don't bring
bad.
it.
Throw
leave
the
it.
broom
Just
away.
leave it.
We need
I've
a new
moved
broom.
with every broom. I think the broom we've had.
Well, clearly
Forever.
you need a new
Clearly.
broom.
Maybe we should throw the broom away.
Throw the broom out
That's
Oh.
that's the cause, the root
of all the
everything.
ruckus.
Well, number one, our broom is disgusting.
No, remember we bought the green.
It-
He brought the green
it's
broom in.
It's been
But you
outside,
brought
downstairs.
An old broom.
So
I mean,
this
like
is what we need to
in
do after this.
theory,
We need to
guess
go
we're going to
broom
Walmart.
shopping.
go to
To
Walmart.
get a
Yep.
broom.
Time to get a broom. What
Oh
about
my
the
God.
umbrella one? Don't
Oh.
open an umbrella
Oh.
Oh, bad
inside.
luck.
Yeah.
You
Total
get bad luck, or going under a ladder.
Oh, walking under a
Walking
ladder.
under a
What
ladder
about
is bad
and
luck.
Then you can tie right into that, breaking a mirror.
Yep. All
Or a
Yeah,
those.
black
those are
cat
the-
crossing
Those
your
are
path.
all.
Oh,
Blah.
we're getting into
Those are
it.
the
Yeah.
myths.
Going
Those are
into your
superstitions.
bathroom and saying,
Oh,
what
that's
was it?
right. It's
Superstitions.
Candyman,
That's
Candyman,
superstition.
Candyman.
Those are
I guess we should have
superstitions.
said like myths, misconceptions, old wives' tales, superstitions.
And
Yeah.
superstitions.
Superstition.
One of my favorites growing up that I didn't remember until I saw it written was don't get in the pool after eating. You have to wait like
Which
5
is
minutes.
total
It was an
BS.
hour.
It's
I
total
thought it was
BS.
30 minutes.
I thought it was 45.
I've
what?
heard-
Our moms are just. They need to get together.
We had to wait 5 minutes.
It was
20
45.
20 or 30 growing up.
I read an hour, but never once have I listened to that rule.
I mean, I tried to wait and made it till like 10.
No, I'm
You
too
know,
impatient.
And they're like, you're going to catch cramp.
All right, how about bats are blind?
What?
I think
Isn't
they
that
Yeah,
true?
are.
They use
Because
sonar.
they
How
use
is-
echolocation.
I don't think
Yeah,
that's
they
a
have
myth.
sonar.
Yeah.
I think they can see. They
Bats
just can't
are
see well.
100% not blind.
But they use echolocation
They do, but
for sonar.
they can see 3 times better than humans.
Some
Yeah, like
bitch.
miles, right?
Some
Yeah.
bitch.
Hell yeah! I remember the old
I
wives'
remember
tale of
learning
that.
they were blind
I think blind is a
in
bad.
biology.
Blind is a bad
That-
has
that-
got
You went to
around.
Blind is
school
a
in the
bat, but-
80s.
Hey,
What?
Blind is a
watch your mouth.
bat. You know, like people say. blind is-
Yeah.
Oh, another cheesy one. Lightning never strikes twice in the same place.
I don't know. I think it does.
I think it could.
Or like,
You ever seen The Great Outdoors? Bum 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 bum.
That debunks all.
That
or if
That's
you're
it.
like,
movie is
lightning's
amazing.
gonna strike you if you're near rubber. Personally, I don't buy into that.
No, that if
Rubber
you-
or water?
No, rubber. You're
Keeps you
grounded.
safe.
Rubber, you're
Rubber, you're
safe.
safe.
Oh, water then?
Water.
I don't
is
Metal.
believe it
Water.
Metal.
personally.
Yeah, water is a conductor.
Don't care.
And the
I
metal.
don't think it's true.
Alicia.
That's why they want you to not to like vacate the bleachers.
You can take a shower
Thank you.
when there's a thunderstorm. That's totally possible. But lightning will, like when we used to be at the horse farms, and you would be carrying buckets of water. Like one time we sat one down, and the lightning came through the metal barn and struck the water.
No.
Great. Now Alicia's not gonna go outside.
I think I'm personally immune to that.
Oh. I have
See,
one.
I don't.
for all
I
my
don't like
hat-loving
saying stuff like
friends.
that.
How about never put your hat on the bed?
What?
What? I've
You're
never
not
heard
supposed to
that.
put your hat on the
I
bed.
feel like
Or
I've
on the table.
briefly
Or
heard
on the
that.
table,
I've
you're
never-
not. Yeah.
Why?
I've never heard
It's-
either of those.
It's bad luck.
Dandruff?
That is
Like,
bad.
It's bad. No, it's bad luck.
Old people had like some sad lives because they weren't allowed to do jack shit.
seriously.
I am positive there. At the time, there was some valid reason.
There probably was some.
Was-
It just
reason
went
back
away
then.
with the explanations.
Yeah,
Like
that-
maybe it was because back in the day there was like lice
and all
was
that
so
stuff.
popular, so they didn't want it getting in your bed. So
God
you
forbid we shower. No.
Well,
Back then you didn't
and
shower
then
very
you don't-
often.
you didn't-
Yeah.
you weren't allowed to ask why back then. You just had to do it.
You
so
just
the
did it.
explanation was never
You
carried
just
on.
did it.
Imagine having an arch nemesis in high school and you carry a broom and then you're like, you just sweep her.
Walk around with a broom.
Sleeping with a broom and then put their hat on a bed.
Bam.
I got you, bitch. That's hilarious.
Put their purse
That's
on the floor.
ridiculous.
That
You're
way
like,
they're just broke.
Hey. Yeah, there you go.
Dump
Broken
water
down.
on him during a
Oh,
storm.
boy.
It's over for you.
It's totally over.
Oh my god.
You didn't break any laws too. That's good. Let's
I'm
keep
trying
that
to
in mind.
think, what are
Mm.
some
So
other
here's
ones?
one.
Okay.
Yep.
Not cutting your hair while you're pregnant.
I've never heard that one.
What?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
baby will be born without hair. Is that one?
Aren't most babies born without
Aren't
hair?
babies born without
Not
hair?
mine. Not mine.
Tori had a full head of hair.
Guess what though? All of the ones that had hair, I had heartburn with.
See,
Oh.
I feel like that is true.
See?
And the one that had no hair didn't have heartburn with.
Was that Nathan? It's just 'cause he was undercooked.
He was. He wasn't ready in the oven.
Nathan's probably the brownest one here.
He is.
Yeah, he
He's
he may have been undercooked in
He's
size,
undercooked.
but he was baked to the needed level.
True.
How about never wake a sleepwalker?
Yeah, I've heard that one a lot.
Yeah.
Especially 'cause Michaela, it was
Yeah.
a sleepwalker.
But that's also a thing, like, you shouldn't wake people that are having seizures or night terrors.
Hmm.
'Cause it's not good.
Is that true?
It says that it's true. You should not. You should try to avoid. It's not because you would trigger like some kind of shock or a heart attack or something like that. But they could, it's usually happens in REM sleep when people do sleepwalk. So I mean, if you like try to wake them up, I mean, you could get knocked out.
Oh.
I read a book where a girl had night terrors, and when they tried to wake her up, she punched him in the face.
Well, your sister's night terrors just fuck everybody up.
I mean, I've been known to.
Truth.
If you wake me up at a certain
Truth.
time, I will wake up swinging. So, I feel like this.
Did you ever hear about that story when Michaela had the night terror at Nathan's graduation?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Holy fuck.
I'm glad I could still hear at that point, 'cause I heard my phone buzzing.
Mom, if you wake mom up in the middle of the night, she acts like she's getting flashbacks.
How
She
about
goes,
how about feed a cold, starve a fever?
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
that.
not true.
It says old wives' tale with a kernel of truth.
Okay.
I
So
just-
what are you supposed
What
to
was
do?
supposed to be feed a cold, stave a fever was actually the
Yeah.
original saying was feed a cold and you'll keep a fever away.
Yeah, it's basically saying it's gonna be difficult to eat. So
Just chill.
But like
Yeah.
not nourishing your body is never going to be good for.
No.
Yeah.
Don't starve
But
it
you
for
should
that.
don't ever dehydrate your body.
Yeah.
That's where you get dangerous.
How about don't say happy birthday before it's the actual date?
Yeah,
Fuck that.
That's definitely an Italian.
That
thing.
is an Italian thing. And guess what? My grandmother, to the day she died, her uncle, she claims people would wish him a happy birthday, and he was the unluckiest man. He broke his leg right after
Oh.
someone
Oh.
did that.
Whoa.
He got in a car accident right after someone did that, like another time. Another time, he slipped on like a puddle of water and broke his tailbone. Like she, like legit was like, no, it's a thing.
No, I will tell you, not on that same premise, and I don't think this is an actual real one, but I remember this from growing up because it happened to me like multiple times. But my dad was a big believer in like say you had a friend who had an injury, don't play with their crutches or you'll end up on them.
Yes.
It's true.
yeah,
it-
that-
every-
that's a superstition.
Every
but
freaking time I
Yeah.
did, within weeks, I had some injury at gymnastics or I was on crutches and in a
Mhm.
brace.
Knock on table. I played with
Probability.
everybody's crutches who's ever had crutches.
I know.
I'm
You even played
livid.
with my crutches when I
My
didn't
children have
dislocate my
never
knee.
had that problem, but
Not
it
me,
hit-
though. Y'all
I
stay
took
safe.
all
Knock
of
on
it from
table.
you.
So here's one, and I don't think your generation would know, or anyone's ever said this. I think it's kind of died out as we've gotten older. But if you cross your eyes or make a stupid face,
It'll stick like
How
that.
if some-
young do you think I am?
if someone pops you in the back of the head,
It'll stay like
it'll
that.
stick like
Hey,
that.
Christmas vacation.
That is one of the most common things.
Chris-
How did you
That
think
is
I
still
wouldn't
said?
know?
I mean,
We're not like 70 years in the future with like flying
Oh my God.
cars.
Well, there are flying cars
we're
at the
gonna-
next Olympics, so just so you know.
But yes, I have heard that. I think I was told that by like grandma.
It's true.
flying cars will not be there. I promise you.
What about coffee stunts your growth?
I've never heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Do you
It's
think
a-
that's
It's not-
something
it's not
that they-
true.
It's not
Oh, I
true.
know it's
That's
not
what
true.
That's all old wives'
parents
tale.
tell the kids so they don't drink it?
Mom told me that.
Yep.
And it's not true.
I know.
Okay, I got one you haven't
Go
mentioned
ahead.
yet.
Okay.
Spilling salt.
Oh, I was gonna.
Oh,
th-
yeah,
I was
spilling
thinking.
oil and
Then you gotta
salt,
toss it over your
Yeah.
shoulder.
Yep.
As a legend has it, you should take a pinch of spilled salt and throw it over your left shoulder to cancel bad luck.
I've done that. I always do that. When I spill
Yeah.
salt, throw it
I mean,
shoulder.
I do it.
And so why? There's no logic to it. You
No,
just do
it's
it.
it's
Yeah.
just you.
And that is an old wise
Yeah.
tale.
See, but I didn't remember that I did that, but I actually do.
Yeah. No, that's true.
Here's one
That's
for you,
true.
babe, because you're a weirdo about this stuff.
What?
Foods with mayonnaise spoil faster.
Period.
I think yes.
What
No,
are we,
I don't
what are
believe
we
that.
saying that. I
I
think
say yes.
I think they do,
I-
man.
I don't believe
It's raw
that.
eggs.
It's
It's
raw
dairy.
eggs. It's
It's
dairy,
Surprised
raw
you
eggs.
don't believe that because you're such a weirdo about
No,
spoiled
but,
food.
because I mean, mayonnaise is something that if you buy it, I mean, if you go to the supermarket,
Once you
where,
open it
where do you find mayonnaise?
on the
But
shelf,
it's
but then
sealed.
once you open it,
You still don't have to refrigerate it.
it says keep refrigerated, doesn't it?
You might want
It's-
to go read the label.
But if you can make
Well,
your
maybe
own
Duke's,
mayonnaise,
'cause
it's
guess
oil
what?
and eggs.
Egg yolk.
Hellman's does, I think.
I mean,
yeah,
egg
no,
whites.
because it's true though. Because at restaurants they don't keep it. When
Yeah.
you work in a restaurant, they don't keep it.
No.
They keep it out. It's
Yeah,
not.
That's
you do not
disgusting.
have to refrigerate it. It is.
another
it is.
reason
He's
It
why.
is
sticking up for mayonnaise.
it's oil, and you think I'm not. The only mayonnaise I'm
Another
sticking
reason
up
why I
for is
don't.
Duke's. So.
I know. I like if I had anything.
But they actually say that
Hellmann's.
mayonnaise will a lot of times preserve it longer. Like when you go to like a picnic or something, the mayonnaise will actually keep it from spoiling.
Time to
Well,
put
how
some
does it
mayonnaise in
turn
the
like
fruit
brown
salad.
and stuff when you?
Don't ask me that part.
I
didn't
know,
say it
that's
was gonna look
gross.
good.
When have you seen mayonnaise turn brown?
But it's
I have if
At,
it's
like,
out.
picnic. Yeah.
The only thing I use mayonnaise for nowadays is like to
Tuna.
make things moist.
yeah. But like
Or
I have
juicy.
friends who have always thought I was
Or not
disgusting.
dry out.
Because you know I don't give a crap about that stuff. And we go to picnics, and 6 hours later, I'm eating the macaroni salad with mayonnaise, and people are like, "That's disgusting. You're gonna get sick." I'm like, I have never been sick from doing this. All the time.
What about medium rare chicken?
That's
Oh,
Okay, then out.
that's disgusting.
What about charred chicken?
That's a little
I'll
different.
take that.
You mean charcoal briquette chicken?
How about when you're toasting?
Cajun.
You should not. You should always look the person in the eye, or you'll have bad luck.
When you're toast?
Like giving.
I
a
thought you were
toast.
like making
Cheersing.
toast because we were
Oh.
on food.
Cheersing.
I mean, we were like so deep into food. I was
Cheersing.
When
like,
you're making toast, you need
I
to
was like, well, I'm gonna
Looking
make
in
some
the
make toast
eye.
and be like,
Here's
Oh,
my
yeah.
toast.
this is
Hello.
setting 2. Keep watching.
butter.
But like that, you're supposed to
Yeah.
look them in the eye when you're toasting, or if not,
that
makes
bad luck
sense.
for the both of
Okay,
you.
I get that. What about it takes 7 years to digest a piece of gum?
That's
Lie.
Is
Yeah,
that
that's not
false?
good.
It just comes right out. Yes.
Yeah, you can't digest it at all. You just poop it out.
On the feet note, what about like you know a man's interested in you if his feet are facing you?
Oh.
I mean, isn't that like body language?
I mean,
Yeah, that usually means
but
they're just kind of
still.
looking at you at
That's
that point.
still-
I heard that and I was just bringing it up.
I like
Oh.
that one though.
Can I bring up my cow one?
That makes sense.
Did I already do it?
Above all else that we've
Yeah.
said
I
today.
think it kind of does.
If the cows are laying down, it's going to rain.
Yes.
But that's a farmer's almanac thing because in Jersey we lived by that crap and it was true every
New York,
time.
New York too.
Absolutely.
But that
true.
comes from the bushes. That is not Italian.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Don't cows lay down sometimes?
No, not 99% of the time. They're standing
They're
all the time
standing
in the
all
fields.
the time. If you go cow tipping, they can't get up.
Yeah.
no.
That's not true. That is false. They can get up.
No, if they're on their backs.
I mean, you're not rolling them like a turtle.
You can't-
Maybe.
Aren't they heavy?
Yes.
They
Okay,
are.
How can they stay like this if they're so heavy? You'd think.
But
they'd-
it's just it's
Either-
what they
Right,
do.
Look,
Yeah.
look,
That
look
was
at,
the worst thing to imagine. Is
Look
just
it
a
up.
sad cow.
I mean, I'm sure it's false, but I'm telling you, living in Jersey,
In New
near
York, same
farmland,
thing.
it was true every time. We would drive by and we'd be like, "Oh,
gonna
it's gonna rain today," and
Yep.
it sure as shit would.
Well, see, some of these are like some of them have been like actual like factual things, like coffee scientifically does not stunt your growth.
Yes.
But some things you can't really explain. You just have to know that it's true. Like cows laying down. Probably
I just
true.
feel like it's more like it's coincidental and it's something that back in the day. It's the same thing when it's true, but I'm sure this isn't always the case. Like it's not science, but when you see certain in the wintertime, when you see certain flocks of birds flying, you know that cold weather or snow is coming.
Yeah, when they're in the V.
Well,
Yeah.
that makes
Yeah.
sense
But
because they're
migrating.
migratory practices.
They are
Yep.
that made that.
But it doesn't always happen.
But that's different
I've
than
been
throwing salt
well,
over
there
your
are times
shoulder
I've seen
for good
birds
luck.
flying,
Yeah.
Babe,
that's
I
not
would
always.
love to know the times
true.
where you're pay attention to something above your
I
head.
do all
We
the
do.
time.
Yeah,
I do
I
all
look
the time.
at birds all the time.
Yeah.
I see them in a V and I'm like, oh.
And like
winter.
this one that I'm gonna do, it's
Let's hear it.
Go for it.
Go
they
for
say it's
it.
not true, but I will swear to it, and my friend will swear to it too. Putting brandy on your baby's gums when
Because
they're
you're
teething.
getting them drunk.
My friends' kids, none of my kids had bad teething issues. I don't know why,
Giggle.
Malibu.
but my friend's son
Angel since day
was
one.
miserable when he was a baby from teething, and my mom was like, "Tell her to put some Jack Daniels on his gums."
I've heard that
And
before.
I told her, and she was like, "I'm not feeding my baby alcohol." I'm like, "You're not feeding him alcohol. You're putting a little bit on your finger, and you're like putting it on his gums."
Just numbs it.
You're not
Yeah.
shoving it down his throat.
Right, you're not like
You're not giving it to
chugging
him.
it.
It's just
Give
not
it
like
to ya.
you're pouring the shots out.
And
Hold his head up.
she legit didn't want to do it. And after like 3 more nights of not sleeping, she came into work. I was working at central office, and she came in. She's like, "It's the first night I've slept. I did it. I broke." She's like, "And now I'm keeping the little airplane bottles of Jack Daniels next to his crib every night."
Okay, that
That-
you don't take it too
Yeah.
far.
Chug this and go to sleep.
No, but she just puts a little
This
bit
is why
on
there's
his
alcoholics
gums.
in this.
And then
Chuck
All right, since we're on the subject of alcohol, I have one for you.
Okay.
Hair of the dog that bit you.
technically, it's not true, but I'll swear by it.
What is that?
It's if you have like too much to drink and
Maybe a
you wake up with a hangover, the first thing you should do when you get up is have a drink.
Oh, I've heard that.
Bloody
Utter
Marys.
BS.
No.
It's complete BS.
Of course it is, but it works.
All you're doing is
I do not
numbing
accept
the
that.
pain.
I do not accept that.
I think it's kind of like though coffee, like it doesn't actively make you more awake. It just delays your melatonin until you can wake up.
Yep.
So it delays your hangover.
Coffee has caffeine in it, honey.
I know. I took at business camp. They gave a lecture on coffee. I know what I'm talking about.
Oh.
But
At business
This one
camp.
time at business camp.
At business camp.
I think it delays like your hangover until a little bit later when you're equipped to deal
Well,
with
that's
what,
like
what is the other side of that? Is that if you drink, if you like, we
start
were just
drinking right away, and
no,
Shampoo
you get drunk
you
faster.
get
The
the shampoo effect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So
it.
they both can't be true. Like, which one is it?
I'm-
Shampoo effect definitely happens. If you still have alcohol in your blood system, which a lot of
Yes.
people do when they wake up from a night of drinking, and you start drinking again, you're just right on top, adding to the blood alcohol.
so
level.
you're like right back where you were.
Yep.
Ooh, we're like
But like, hold on. I think
No,
the
go
reason that because with Bloody Marys, the reason people feel better after drinking a Bloody Mary isn't because of the alcohol in the Bloody
The
Mary.
tomato.
It's 'cause
It's
juice.
the
so
tomato
celery.
juice and the vitamins
Thanks.
and the nutrients that you're replenishing your body with,
And the
and
salt.
the salt. Yeah.
That's why somebody I
And the
know is like,
celery.
take a vitamin.
And the
Before you go to
bacon.
bed, take a vitamin.
No,
like,
well,
I'm like, okay.
I mean, if you're hydrated, like that's why I never get freaking hangovers because I'm always a balloon of water.
Ron Swanson's cure for hangovers is to cook a flank steak, eat that,
I'm
put
in.
on wet socks, and then go to bed.
I'm in. I
That's
can
That's a
handle
lot.
that.
That's a lot.
That's a lot to do.
Not wet socks.
Nah, I mean,
I don't know if I can eat a steak before going to bed.
And wet socks.
I mean,
Both?
I can't say that I haven't eaten a steak
Right.
before going to bed.
I'm
if I
sure I
stop at
have.
IHOP.
Right. I'm sure I
All right, here you go.
have.
Turkey makes you tired.
Ooh, it has a thing in
Tryptococcus?
it.
I think they relate.
Tryptophan.
What's it-
Tryptophan.
what is it?
What's the other word?
They
Tryptophan.
relate that to Thanksgiving. That's just food coma 'cause you ate too much.
Is
Tryptococcus.
tryptophan
What
not
is
a real
that?
thing?
What
It
is
is.
Streptococcus?
No, it's like tryptophan.
That's,
or
it's tryptophan.
Yeah.
Word you're looking for there.
And let me tell you, my grandmother, it affected all my aunts growing up.
They said it's the large quantities of carbohydrates and alcohol that most people consume. It isn't has enough. There's not enough tryptophan in the turkey
Oh,
that cause that because there's
okay.
But I mean, that does make sense. Because when you eat turkey at other times of the year, you don't all of a sudden get tired and pass
you don't
out.
like eat turkey. Like, oh,
True.
Maybe.
You guys know that carbohydrates are a polar substance?
I don't even know what you're saying.
What
Yeah.
does that mean?
A glycolipid is
Glyco.
a lipid with a carbohydrate chain
shit right
attached.
now?
What are you studying for a test? What's
I'm in-
happening over there?
Yes, I am actually. I have it.
All right. I
How
gotta-
about? Go ahead.
no? What's Streptococcus?
I never heard
No one's ever heard of
No.
that.
Misty, what are you talking about?
How about keeping bread on the table? And that's why restaurants serve this, just so you know.
What?
They always keep bread on the table because it symbolizes life and togetherness. And that's why restaurants, do you know that's the reason why?
Bread is life.
I
Yeah.
can tell you that that's not why I was told to do that at restaurants. We did it because it kept your food costs down and it made people eat more, so they would drink more, so that you could up your costs.
All right, well, Italy. Maybe Italy, that's what they do, and maybe they don't do it here.
Italy feels
I'm
like they would
saying
do that
that
for an
Every
actual
Italian
reason.
on the planet loves bread.
Yeah.
So. Oh, you found it?
That's me.
It's meningitis.
Oh!
Well, you definitely don't want that.
Okay, I hope we don't have that.
We may need a minute on this one because it went from, hey, this makes you go to sleep to this could kill you.
Oh, this is a good one. Plucking gray hairs will make 2 more growing.
Throwback. I feel like
You're
you're
screwed.
That's
I
a
feel like
lie.
that's factual.
You're
Red.
screwed.
It's
I don't want to
false.
give myself
Well, that
away.
you
I think
tied
so.
right into hair. If you shave your hair, it'll go back
Thicker.
more coarse and
Yep, and
thicker.
thick.
Now, I
It's
will
got-
say this. I've never believed that, but my friend in college, what was her name? Julie? I can't remember. The backs of her thighs were so freaking hairy.
See, I would have left the name out. That was the story.
Yeah.
I didn't say
way
her
to-
last name.
Yeah.
It's not like you know a lot
We
of
don't
Julies.
use last
I
names
knew-
here.
I
just
know
This
first
is
names.
Julie.
It was
This
college.
is Julie I was in college with.
You think she's listening to this? No.
We know 3 Julies right now.
We do.
But she had the thickest hair on the back of her legs. I shouldn't say the hair was not thick. She had a ton of hair on the back of her legs because her mother refused to let her shave her legs because of that wives' tale. And we were all like, we
shave
all
your
shave our legs like all the way up, like, you know, when you go to the beach, and she did, and I swear to gosh, her hair grew back so freaking thick. Like each follicle was thicker, and I was like, I
Oh.
think you willed that into existence.
Call,
because
call your
Was she
mother
Italian?
and apologize.
Italian?
I don't know what her background was.
Gotta be.
I was dying. I was like, oh, that has never happened. Now I will tell you that, like,
Oh.
I truly believe in the more you shave, the more you have to shave, because people who shave their legs every day end up having to shave their legs every day because
Yeah.
the hair grows back faster. But I shave my legs
Me
like
too.
once a week,
You
maybe
know,
once every
Same.
2 weeks.
No, my hair.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
My hair actually does, like, if I shave my legs, it grows back faster. So, you know, that's my excuse for not shaving.
right, because when you
Oh,
shave
okay.
it, you shave it
Oh,
once a
there
week.
it
It
is.
takes like 2
It's
weeks to grow
true.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, my armpits, though, like, I have to shave them,
Well,
obviously,
Hold
a lot
on, no,
more.
no. Your math does not math. If you shave every
Day.
week, you just said every week.
I know.
Then you don't have to shave, but every 2 weeks.
I don't shave every week.
If you
Obviously
shave
not.
every day,
You work with that
Every
math.
day.
I was exaggerating in the sense that, like she said, the longer you go between shaving, the slower your hair will eventually grow back.
Yeah.
And so I can shave once now and not have to shave again for a week. But when I was younger and shaving every day because I cared, which now I have to care because I made a promise.
I appreciate it.
just care a
Um,
little bit.
now-
just
now
a little
We're
bit.
going to
My
make pedicure appointments, right?
I am so excited.
Biggest myth that you know.
What? We just gave myth.
No, this is. I'm like that. We're. All right. Here's.
You're up in the ante. I just, do you know how hard
Get
it was
in
for me
the
to come
mic.
up with this?
No,
Okay,
no,
I have.
I got one.
Myths.
Oh,
I,
are you setting
I will
us up?
set the premise.
You setting us up?
Jesus.
All
The
right.
Loch Ness monster.
Uh,
See,
What about
that
the
goes
Loch
with
Ness monster?
Bigfoot.
What about him?
It
But I
doesn't
believe in
exist.
Bigfoot.
So it's so funny because when I went to
Sasquatchamus.
when I went to Scotland and we went to Loch Ness, the people that actually live there do not deny that he did not live a long time ago. Now, is it a huge serpent like they say? No. But could it be like a gator or something like that was like disfigured? That's what they say. I don't know.
So it was something, but
Yes.
not what they depict in all
Not
the.
what they depict, yeah. So if you go to Scotland and you go to Loch Ness, like the people that live there, they do say that that is not completely false. There was this creature, and so the older guy that was there, he said it was more like a gator that turned into like had like disfigurement, and so it looked like
So it was a special gator.
yeah, it was gross, but
Probably one of my most fun growing up with, because of where I lived, was the Jersey Devil. Because that's like it is very specific to like where I grew up. And it's so funny because when I moved down here, I hadn't thought about him in ages. And going up to Jersey for Julie Brosnan's bachelorette weekend, her sister was like petrified to drive through Jersey at night because she was afraid of the Jersey Devil and the black-eyed children.
Are you gonna explain that? Because I'm not from Jersey.
He's
I'm not either. I don't get this
he's
one.
like this
I just had to
devil
drive in Jersey.
figure who lives like in the woods and would come out and like hunt children,
And the
Is
whole
that Mr.
state.
Luciano?
like southern Jersey.
Oh my gosh, we're still
Oh, okay.
throwing this guy's name out there.
Yeah, like he lived in the woods, and Leeds Road, I want to say it was.
Dang, it's probably some freaking serial killer that they
Yeah.
just.
I had never
mystified.
heard of the black-eyed children thing until she brought it up, and then we studied them. And supposedly there's these 3 kids, and they like come out at night, and they come to
Really?
your car, and they like have black eyes,
I've heard
and
the
then
Jersey Devil. I've
Thanks
never
for
heard of
that.
the kids at all.
This is
Now
fun.
Alley Cat's not going to bed tonight.
I mean,
It's just in Jersey.
the Jersey Devil's only in Jersey.
yeah, you
Can't
doesn't
cross
come
out of the
state lines.
turnpike.
yeah.
If any of my Jersey friends actually listen to this, please comment on our post about this so that I can remember this true story of the Jersey Devil.
As soon as he leaves the state, he becomes a Virginian angel.
Truth.
Let's do
Well,
that.
there was one in North Carolina. Is like around the Asheboro area. There was like a road that you could go down, and that if you just you like, drove a certain distance down this road, then you like put your car in neutral, like this witch would push you back up the road.
Oh, that's. I don't want to talk about that.
Well, no,
Oh, wow.
No.
it's a
North Carolina?
yeah, it's
I'm on a
it's a
razor.
mental trick
Yeah.
because
From Cherokee? Going
the-
down the road?
the way you're looking, I mean, that when you're driving, it looks like you're going downhill,
Uh-huh.
but you truly aren't. You're going up. But the way of the lay of the land and landscaping,
It's an
it
optical illusion.
it's an optical illusion, and your brain can't comprehend it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you put your car in neutral,
You're going to
maybe.
roll backwards.
you roll backwards.
And
The
then you
people
look in your rear view and there's a witch back there.
I mean, that should be pushing you forward then.
Oh, I don't. It's not in my
Should be
life.
the
I don't
front of
live in North
But that's
Carolina.
like, but
neither.
that's like the whole.
Yeah, no.
We had the same thing, and it was not some famous thing, but I don't know how we've heard about it. I can't remember. We all drove out to this road because we were told that if you drive down this road dark at night and turn off your headlights, there's a ghost that comes up that is walking down the middle of the road. Well, it's the white lines on the road, and somehow the way the moon reflects off of it when your lights are out, you can see it's all an
Yeah.
optical illusion. But dang, if that shit wasn't there when you're driving, you're like, "Ah!"
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm sorry. Let's go back to the beginning where you said we all drove to
we
the
did,
road.
we did.
You are literally a horror movie's dream.
No, we
That is so like.
Yeah,
And she hates
Fred,
them.
stop
I think
joking
that's why.
around. It's coming toward us.
no, we actively I mean we went
Yes,
out
back then I
to
liked 'em.
the witch pushing road just to make
What's
it
the
happen.
name?
The witch.
No, I mean that was like
The
the
witch pushing road.
But people have said that they put baby powder on the hood of their car, and they would see handprints. It's like, you lying,
Now I know you're lying.
you are lying.
You a motherfucking
But
liar.
apparently they like, paved that road like a few years back, and they fixed it. So now if you go, you just kind of sit there. It's like
Ruiners.
this witch is lazy.
Maybe she's gone on and moved on to other things.
Maybe
like,
she
you know
hooked
what?
up with the Jersey
Well, that's
Devil.
like, has anybody ever watched Three Men and a
Pushing
Baby? Have
cars
you ever
suck.
watched that scene in Three Men and a Baby with the
Yes.
ghost of
Yeah.
the boy behind the scene?
Yeah.
Behind the curtain?
It's a cardboard cutout.
It's still scary as shit. Gets me every time.
Y'all are crazy for willingly being like, yeah, let's go explore this horror movie. I think
It's not
this
a
is-
horror movie. It's a
You've
comedy.
got to. You've got to.
Alicia, I could tell you stories that you would not want to hear, so I'm not going to mention them.
If
But
I suggested that to my friends, they'd laugh in my face.
You need new friends.
Yeah, but that movie came out when we were in high school, so it was kind of like, oh, now I have to watch it and see this kid who killed himself in the ghost in the window. And
Actually,
I have one last one.
okay.
It's
I want to hear it.
It's off of topic, but
because we
splitting,
haven't gotten that.
splitting the pole. Splitting the pole is thought to give you bad luck.
What does splitting the pole mean?
That means you're walking down the street side by side. There's a pole in the distance, and then you split the pole.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, but
Is
they
that
said there's a remedy. If you do split the pole,
Push your
You just
partner into
say-
the pole?
you just say bread and butter, and it reverses bad
bread
luck.
and butter?
Y'all never heard that one?
No.
No.
Never.
Bread and
Bread and
butter.
What about like step on a crack, break your mama's back?
Yeah.
You
Oh,
see
I
That
that?
explains a lot.
I used to purposely step on lines.
Well,
Step on a
according
line,
Thank
you
you.
break
They-
your daddy's
I
spine.
purposely would like walk tiptoe and like hop and
Me
like jump
too.
17 feet to avoid cracks to
Me
break
too.
my mother's back.
I
That's okay.
avoided cracks. I stepped on lines.
Line and break your dad's spine.
Thank you.
I never
Alley
heard the
cats.
dad one.
Yeah, you never heard that one?
No, it was always you step on a crack, break your mama's back. That's the only one I've ever heard.
Yeah, I guess they figured dads back in the day were strong enough to.
Do you know like one of the biggest BS
Hopefully
ones
this day too.
of all time?
Hmm.
Ouija boards.
Oh, not believe in those things.
100.
You do or you don't?
I do.
You do. They're 100% fake.
Nope, used them.
Okay, I'm going to tell you a story. And
Oh my
you.
God. Someone pushed it, just so you know.
No.
No.
Can I tell you something?
Please.
I
Crazy?
I want to hear it.
So
So does Herman.
in 6th grade, I had a birthday party, and I'm not
no.
gonna lie, like we were just fooling around and stuff, and then they're like, let's play the Ouija board. All right, cool. So we did this Ouija board thing, and we were like, I was like, you guys are pushing it, blah blah, whatever. No joke. Everyone's hands were off the board. 2 seconds later, lights go out, stereo starts shaking, and we were like, I screaming for my mother. I'm like, Mom! They're like, Mrs. Bush, Mom! Like,
See? Fucking around.
freaking out. And then guess
Fucking
what?
around. Open the
My mom
portal.
comes downstairs. She folds it up, puts it away, and guess what? Lights turn back on. Nothing is shaking. But she, to this day, she even says, I don't know if I can explain this.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm gonna have to say that Ouija boards are real because I believe in ghosts and the paranormal.
I would not if I did not go through that experience. It was nuts. We were like,
I
Did
don't
you have
know.
a paranormal experience?
No, but I can't, not one that I remember, but I remember having a thought and being like, this isn't supposed to happen. Oh, in Florida, we were in a hotel, and
Florida.
our room was the only one that had flickering lights, so I thought that our ghost Freddy had followed me to Florida.
Okay, that's kind of sweet.
Oh yeah, the Freddy that lives here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like there was another one in the house that I can't remember what it was, but like I would never mess around with Ouija boards because
Do you remember when you
don't
guys
wanna
left?
unlock some shit.
Like we thought that Freddie lived here for a while.
Mhm.
We would talk about Freddie, and then the summer they left, it was literally I was here by myself because when we first moved in here, and I'm sitting on the couch downstairs, and all of a sudden I hear this huge bang, and something drops and falls. In my brain, searched this entire house. Couldn't
nothing
find it.
happened.
And I'm like, oh, dang it, Freddie. And I called my sister, and I'm like, I swear. She comes down. This is like 2 hours later. Amy's here. We're sitting on the couch. We've searched the house. Can't find anything wrong with it. It happens again.
Nah,
And
dog.
she heard it.
And
Uh-oh.
she heard
I
it.
know, you told me the story right after, and I was like,
I'm out.
And we searched the house again. Now, this has a funny answer, funny response. We searched the house again. We cannot figure out what did this. And I'm like, it's Freddie. It's fine. He's not evil. He just likes to cause problems, and he probably knows I'm here alone. Like 6 weeks go by because the kids are traveling.
Was it Linus?
No, it was before
no,
him.
before
There was
Linus. This is when
nobody
you were
here
like
but
first
me.
moved in and you were
Oh.
little.
Wow.
And Michaela goes to go into her bathroom. And in her shower, the suction cups that hold her shampoos and stuff fell, and all the stuff dropped. The first one fell. And then, like 2 hours later, the second one fell.
Oh,
And that's what caused it. But, like, when I
So it
checked the
wasn't
bathroom,
Freddie.
I didn't look in the shower.
yeah.
I was just looking around, but that was freaking hilarious. I
Freddie.
was like, Freddie's here. He's after us.
Hey, I never believe in ghosts till we went to that Poogan's porch.
Oh,
Poogan's porch.
in
Oh,
South
That's
Carolina?
fun to say.
Oh,
Is it?
Yeah.
oh, that was something
Really?
I've never experienced in my life. We took a picture of, I was just taking a picture of, who was it, Anne or somebody up
Yeah.
on top. And we got some other kind of picture. It was nuts.
Yeah,
I was
it was
un-
distorted.
We were like,
She's up there.
Pop-Up had us stay in a haunted hotel, and
Oh, I'd love that.
I think I would not have slept in a room without Michaela or Nathan, but we were all in the room anyway, and I heard creaking in the hallways. I heard all of this stuff going on because it was actually one of like the most haunted hotels in the
Were you in
US.
Memphis?
I have no
Was
idea.
that when you were in Memphis or Nashville?
I was too young to remember,
Did it
but
was
I
Elvis.
remember being like, "Oh yeah, no, this is haunted."
Walking in Memphis.
And Michaela and Nathan will tell you the same thing.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know.
weird experiences.
I wouldn't say I've had paranormal experiences. Like I've never seen a ghost, but I have
Yeah.
friends that have
or that picture.
experienced it.
We have a picture of it.
Yeah,
That was
and
weird.
I've had friends that
Or
have had their
did.
house exorcised, and I truly believe that like my loved ones who have passed, like when my uncle passed away, I've told the story of how I truly believe he reached out to me in my dreams, and so I just believe there's an entity there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's evil. I don't think they're taking
No.
over people's bodies. and,
Nope.
like,
We
Yeah.
had a
I'm not a Ghostbusters person.
No.
at 14 Getaway. We had a turnstile that would just turn without anyone touching it,
Ooh.
and we call it the Ghost of 14 Getaway.
yeah.
See?
Do you think it was like an electronic issue?
I don't know, perhaps.
I have a hard time believing when you start digging deep into the Bible and prophecy and things like that. No.
Really?
Yeah.
I see. I feel like God lets you come down to talk to your loved ones from
Yeah.
time to time.
Absolutely
I
not.
agree too.
Yeah,
I-
that's how I've always looked at
I
it. As
would
God
agree.
is
He's
like,
not, he's
But that maybe
not
that's the Catholic faith. I don't know.
yeah.
I mean, you start looking into the Bible, and once your mortal body passes, you're in a dormant state until Judgment Day.
What about angels?
Yeah, what about angels?
And those are already there. Those are the warriors of Christ that are already there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Okay.
know. Have you ever had to talk to people that have had like real experiences,
Yeah.
like with people that?
Yeah.
Oof,
There's
that's
there
fun.
there was like one that popped up, and I like started listening to it. I was like, I'm not listening to this. I'm not going there in my brain right now. But the guy said he died, and I started listening to it, and he said he was headed towards hell.
It's like a 6-part video. That guy.
I don't know. I mean, I scrolled. I'm like, no, not hearing this right now. I think this is. But after like 30 seconds of it, I was like, I'm sorry, dude. This really feels very lie-ish.
I watched something like that, very similar, and it was on Facebook, so it
Yeah,
only could do a
yeah, I
certain
mean,
amount of time, and it was like 6 parts.
Yeah, this was on Instagram, and the guy said he's like, I could see myself on the floor dead. And I was like, okay, I can get that. Your soul's leaving your body. Potentially that can happen. And he's like, then I started going down into this room.
Yeah, I think I watched all the parts.
Well,
I
yeah.
was riveted.
But he was like, and I saw these demons. And he's like, they're like 5 to 8 feet tall. I'm like, and dude, if I'm in that headspace, I'm going to know exact heights. He's like, and they had, bird heads and stuff. I'm like, and stuff.
What stuff?
I'm like, was it more than bird heads? And at that point, I was like, I can't listen to you because I think you're lying. And,
Right.
and I scrolled on.
But I've heard people talk about like when they've like people that have truly died and brought back like in the hospital, and they
Yeah.
talk about like seeing a light.
Or like a Miracle from Heaven, when the girl died and she was like up in heaven, and it wasn't like this crazy thing that like she just saw a light and she thought it was God, and so
Well,
but then she was revived and she came back to life.
no, I absolutely believe there are times when people do die, and you're headed towards heaven. And I think when those people that do get revived, is God saying, no, not yet. You're
right,
not done.
right, right.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I don't think God in like a physical form, maybe, but maybe not. Don't know. Don't want to know for a long time.
Right.
It's gonna like reveal himself and be like, hey, no, not yet.
He's gonna sound like that.
He's gonna sound
Maybe.
like that. Yeah.
It-
No,
it-
but I think the light is. What,
yeah, I think the
It could
the
be
light,
hospital lights too. I don't
Yeah.
It
know.
could be. You're right.
It's true.
They
yeah,
are
that's
very
true.
bright.
Emergency room lights.
Could be those fluorescents.
Yes.
But
Done.
whatever gives you the strength to fight and come back and
Yeah.
live
Yes.
another
Yeah.
day.
So be it.
Yeah, not gonna challenge you on it.
Well, that was a great.
That was a weird tangent off. Like we went to like misconceptions, myths to
Because you brought up Ouija boards, and suddenly it was ghosts.
All right, so
Supernatural.
that tangents us into one more thing.
Oh gosh. Okay.
It's my choice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We ask as a family that you do some praying and keep us all in your prayers. We've got some challenges going on right now, and we have potentially a hard road ahead of us, but we know we've got great 4-wheel drive, and we're gonna make it right down this road and be okay. But we're just gonna ask that you lift us all up in prayer, and look out for us. We need it, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
All right.
And go
Okay.
from there.
Awesome.
Yes.
But that was a cool episode.
Yeah.
that
kinda
was actually
that was a lot of
fun.
laughs.
Yeah, that was
and
fun.
and so one of the new things we're trying to do,
Oh,
you know,
there's new stuff.
as we move forward, we've been doing some professional research.
Thanks,
Um,
Google.
we want to start and podcasts. Yeah, and other podcasts. We want to start announcing the topic for the next show when we're closing out. You know,
Are
the
we
current
that
show.
sophisticated? Are we ready
Well,
for that?
Are we that decisive?
Did we decide already?
we actually did.
Oh,
We have next week.
So
Oh, what is it?
So we is
Your
two.
mother and I.
okay.
Okay,
There
yeah.
we go.
I appreciate that.
We do
you-
have to
I
have
know.
a conversation with our social media person, though, because we want to require some more effort. Not effort, the wrong word. Truly the wrong word.
Detail.
Some more
Detail.
ideas that we want you to put in place.
Yeah.
okay. Are we gonna throw
All
it
right.
out?
Well, here, so next week's episode, you know, we decided to go with things that you could live without.
Oh, I love it.
Things that I could live without.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't
Not books.
not books.
Mm-mm.
I don't like to
Okay.
imagine a world like that. Thank you. I can't live without anything.
Well, that is going to be our topic for.
And
like
if you
that.
have an idea, please post it in the
Yeah, 'cause
comments
we
and let
wanna
us know,
know.
things that you. Oh, sorry.
Oh my lord! You stepped all over
Sorry,
the alley
my
cat.
effort isn't enough for you, but you don't need to take over.
Go ahead, Alley Cat.
Alley cat, your moment has arrived.
I'm sorry. If you want to give us an idea, please leave us a comment on our Instagram, shaken_and_disturbed.
I suck.
I am so sorry.
Go ahead.
You did so great. Where else can you check us out, though, Allie?
She doesn't need
I
prompting.
don't
Go ahead.
need
I was
prompting.
trying
Thank
to
you.
help, man.
Please check out our other episodes of me being interrupted on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Please watch our videos, our posts, give us a like, a comment, a follow, a share, any reviews or suggestions you guys have. We'd love to hear. Thank you so much for listening to us.
Have a wonderful week.
Nope, have whatever.
Oh,
fucking
shout out to
kind of
Colleen
week
Naiba
you
who
wanna have.
commented the last time. She does like to comment. She's one of our few
I like
And
that.
we
consistent
Thanks,
love it.
Colleen.
commenters, and we
And
love you for
we
it.
love
Thank
it.
you.
Keep looking out for Herman
Herman.
gear, because it's coming.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Oh,
Wow.
it's been a while since I had.
You just can't keep your mouth shut. Go ahead, just kill it. We're good.
We're back to that. She was doing so well there on a roll for a while.
These go like this, babe. They
Oh gosh.
What are we calling that one?
What about?
Very superstitious.
There you go. Stevie Wonder.
Writing on the wall.
You could literally call it Stevie Wonder. You want to stop the video, babe?